All right, everybody, how are you doing? Thank you for continuing to watch as before, because you guys are watching. We're going to keep on going with this. So as before, please tell your friends, keep on watching, comment, let us know you like this, you like that what we're doing, and we'll keep on doing this for you. All right, so what's happened so far? Mahoney, a young lady named Mahoney, visits Professor Layton. They're basically attacked by witches. Her friend is in an accident. She escapes. She comes for Professor Layton's help. One thing leads to another. She is again kidnapped by the witches. Professor Layton and Luke go and try to figure out where she's been taken. They find her, but they're attacked again. And Professor Layton helps her escape. She ends up in a cargo ship. A crime is committed. Mahoney is involved. Now, in part 2 of this chapter 2 of the story, they are back in court because Mahoney is the lead plaintiff. She has admitted to the crime, but something's wrong. She's kind of not acting like herself, or as much as you know of her. She's just not acting normal. Now we're back in court. We're about to start an interrogation, and we're taking off now. So this is a recap a little bit of what we did last time, but the scene of the crime was the River Thames. There was a ship docked at the harbor. It was a small cargo ship. This cargo ship was on its way to London carrying a load of cargo. The defendant, in this case Mahoney, had gotten onto the ship somehow and was in the process of stealing the contents. She was discovered by a member of the crew, and when she was discovered, they got into some sort of a struggle. So she basically was caught red-handed trying to steal something from the ship. Apparently there was a struggle, there was a violent confrontation, and the defendant grabbed a metal pipe that was within reach and hit a member of the crew over the head. That's very violent, says or wonders Phoenix Wright, and so that accounts for the assault. So in the previous episode, we talked about what her crimes are, or what she's being accused of. She's being accused of assault and theft. And what is it that she stole? Prosecutor says, this doll right here. So this is another doll or a mascot that again makes an appearance in the Phoenix Wright series. This is Mr. Taiho, or I'm not really sure what they call it in English, but that's what they call it in Japanese. It's a promotional item from the London Police Department. Hey Phoenix, I want that, says Maya. Wow. Didn't realize that mascot had penetrated into this far outside of the country. All right, I think I understand the main facts of the case. Prosecutor Bartley, please begin. All right, I'd like to call our first witness. Something is unnatural about this trial. Something about the emotionless eyes on Mahoney is quite concerning. Don't let your guard down, Phoenix Wright. Witness, name and occupation, please. The ship is always in danger, and this is why I am here, or I am there. I am the one who protects the ship and maintains its peace, the professional. I am the security guard, Yutori no Gardener. I'm sure if he makes it over to the States, his name will be different. It's a play of words there. All right. According to the documents, the witness on the evening of the crime was on his rounds through the ship. Yes, I was on my rounds with these professional eyes. Oh, it's glittering and it's hard to see his eyes and his teeth. Or I guess it would be blinding, is what he was saying. Okay, Mr. Gardner, please continue with your testimony. On the evening of the crime, during your rounds, what happened? Yes, sir. I will testify. That night, as always, I was on my rounds at 2200. In the cargo room, there was a suspicious sound knocking into my ear. I ran into the scene, but I was unable to stop what was going on. And in the next moment, I took the criminal into custody. And furthermore, in the next moment, I confirmed that there was nothing unusual about the scene of the crime. And the person that you took into custody. Yes, sir. It is the defendant, Mahone Catalucia. Now, according to regulation, during your rounds, the lights within the ship were all on, and there was no possibility that you would make any mistake. Is that right? There was nothing wrong with the scene of the crime. Yes, sir. I am a pro, and I confirm that statement. What was that? For a moment, it seemed like he hesitated. Well then, lawyer, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, sir. Uh-oh, it's my turn now. Mr. Lawyer from a foreign land, let's see how you do here. Mr. Defendant, you do realize how you cross-examine, correct? So this is a tutorial, so not necessary. All right, here we go. Phoenix Wright. All right, lawyer. Continue with your prosecution, or cross-examination. So I'm going to say wait every single time. What is 2200? Oh, I'm sorry, I used some professional jargon, so you may not understand. That is explaining the time in which I did my rounds. 2200 is... Oh, oops. 2220 is actually 10:20 p.m. 22:20. 10:20 p.m. That's a rather, undeterminate time. It's not a even time. Why 10:20? Well, I have a TV in the security room, and my program ends at 10:20. Television? Well, according to regulation, it's 10 o'clock. But I am very adaptable, and I adjust to any situation because I'm a pro. Quite a lax professional. Anyway, that evening, just like every other night, I did my rounds. Judge, may I have a moment? What is it, Prosecutor Bartley? I have a photo of the crime scene. Let's examine the situation here. In this cargo room, in the back, the defendant and the crew member was fighting. Is that right, witness? Yes, sir. Right under the emergency light. There's something pouring out of the broken cargo, the container. Of course, the defendant, it was because the defendant was swinging the metal pipe around. Now, the thing pouring out of the box is the Mr. Taiho stuffed animal. Taiho means arrest, by the way. I understand. All right, let's accept that crime scene photo as evidence. All right, let's continue our testimony. And then from the back of the cargo room, I heard a suspicious sound enter my ear. Wait! Suspicious sound? Yes. If you become a pro like me, suspicious sounds always come flying into my ears. Knock, knock. It's a crime. Specifically, what kind of sound did you hear, or came flying into your ear? That was sounds of two women fighting. And in the next moment, I was the flying security guard. And then further, in the next moment, I came swooping into the crime scene. Alright, to simplify what you just said, I heard a sound and so I went to the cargo room, correct? Yes, well, sure. Sounds okay. Oh, geez. I ran to the scene, but I missed it by a moment. I was not able to stop the crime from occurring. The crime? Of course, it is the plaintiff Mahoney hitting the crew member with the metal pipe. Is that correct? Yes, sir. When I opened the door of the cargo room, the metal pipe was sticking in to the victim's head. If I was here just a moment sooner, I would have stuck my head in the way. I think it would have been possible with just one moment. I don't think you should really take this professional too seriously. Anyway, the victim, you witnessed the moment the victim was struck by Mahoney, correct? Yes, sir. With these professional eyes. Interesting. And in the next moment, I took the woman into custody. And that was Mahoney Catalucio? Exactly. There was no other choice but to give up in front of such a professional as myself. The defendant dropped the metal pipe. So it seems that there is only reasonable to assume that the defendant was the perpetrator of the crime. Exactly. This cross-examination is a waste of time. And furthermore, in the next moment, I checked the scene of the crime to make sure there was nothing out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime, there was nothing unusual. Are you sure about that? Yes. Other than the fact that the defendant was swinging a metal pipe around. Any possibility that there was anybody else in the cargo room? Objection. On this cargo ship, it is regulation to turn on the lights while the security guard does his rounds. So if there was a third person in the room, there was no way they would have missed it. Is that correct, witness? Yeah. It is the job of a professional to even make a piece of crap generator work. If there was anything unusual in that, on that scene of the crime, they would have come flying into my eyes. What's the matter, Maya? You know, I was looking at the evidence in your evidence log. There's something that's just not right about his testimony. You mean contradiction? So, alright, let's figure out. Alright, another bit of tutorial telling you what you need to do in terms of objections and evidence. So I can go ahead and use a hint to make this go by faster, and you can see how the hint system works here. Okay, so he's saying something about there's nothing unusual about the scene of the crime. I'm going to stick this picture in his face. So, other than the two fighting, there was nothing unusual. That's obviously not the case. What? The problem is the broken container in the cargo room. Objection. That was broken by the defendant swinging the metal pipe. There's nothing unnatural about that. Please take a look at the picture of the crime scene. Now, there's definitely a broken box where the fighting took place. But that's not the only unusual box. An area completely unrelated to the fighting, it seems like there is a box that has been forced open. It's apparent that anyone seeing this would feel that this is unusual. You said you used your professional eyes to check the scene of the crime. Then there's no way you would not have seen this contradiction. Silence, silence. It is true, if you did miss this detail, it would be difficult to call the witness's eyes very professional. Whether the witness's eyes are professional eyeballs or professional blinders, this is not relevant to the case. The only important thing is this: that the defendant struck the victim with a metal pipe. Wait. I cannot allow you to say such words, Mr. Prosecutor. What? I never relax. My eyes are always professional. Please listen to my story one more time. Makes you wonder why I didn't touch that other box, doesn't it? What do you mean? Very well. Please continue with your testimony. What's going on, Phoenix? I'm not sure, but I have a really bad feeling about this. What did the security guard see? Well, of course I didn't see the wooden box. The lights were not on in the cargo room. I was using this, my partner, to look around. There is an emergency light in the cargo room, so it's not like it was too dark to see. The defendant was swinging the metal pipe high above and was attacking the crew member from the front. And as a pro, I'd like to say there was only 2 people on the scene. Wait a second, witness. According to the security company, during your rounds, the lights were on. Yes. According to the regulations of the company, that is true. But the generator on that ship is actually kind of a pain in the... Actually, as a professional, I don't need such lukewarm lights to do my job. I can cut through the darkness with my partner, the laser beam. How romantic, don't you think? Witness, can you not turn that light towards me? It's a little bright. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, please submit your partner as evidence. So the flashlight has been submitted into evidence. Looks like there are chocolate fingerprints all over it. Whoa! What's the matter? This flashlight is kind of sticky. Oh, my other partner is playing tricks. Chocolate? Oh, looks like there are chocolate fingerprints all over the lights. Ooh, don't want to touch it. Very well, lawyer. Please continue your cross-examination. Of course I didn't see the wooden blocks. Let's just keep going with these weights. So according to the regulation, it is to turn on the lights when you do your rounds. Just between you and me, you know, the generator on that ship really doesn't like to cooperate. It's a perfect handicap for a professional like me. So, you mean you just didn't do that? Didn't you just say that you never relax? Yes, of course. I never relax. But in turn, I just kind of cut corners. So basically, it's the balance of pro. It's the pro balance. You understand? Looks like the prosecutor is having some problems as well. I'm using this to cut through the darkness. So your partner, you mean your flashlight? Yes. When I was small, police officers or detectives in crime dramas were always looking at, examining the crime scene like this, and I was very attracted to that job. So because I became a security guard just so I can hold a light like this. I don't know anything about that. And the chocolate? My right hand lever is the flashlight, And the left-hand lever is the chocolate. My passionate professionalism melted. It's a secret, but don't tell anybody. My hot, passionate professionalism is always slightly melting this chocolate. And so because of that, the right-hand lever is covered in your left-hand lever. To the emergency light. The defendant and the victim was fighting right underneath the emergency light. You can definitely see the emergency light in the back over here. Yes, sir. So the room had a slight red glow. And, you know, in this picture, the lights on board is now on. Oh, that's because before I called the police, I went and turned on the generator. Because, you know, I wouldn't want to hurt my flawless career with a violation of the regulations. As a professional, I don't compromise on that. What kind of professionalism is that? The defendant took the metal pipe and swung at the crew member from the front. And you saw this clearly? Yes. And as I ran into the cargo room and opened the door, it was the next moment. My sunglasses glittered. Hey, guard man, this is a crime. Huh? Wait a second. Sunglasses? Yes. I mean, you say security guard, it's always sunglasses, right? Kind of like this. Witness, you had your sunglasses on to do your rounds? Of course. I mean, style is important. It's kind of a man thing. Kind of like your glasses, Mr. Prosecutor. There's nothing manly about these glasses. It's reading glasses. So in the dark, he had his sunglasses and witnessed the crime. Did he really see anything? Let's see if there are any contradictions. So this is about the possibility of a third person in the room. There was nobody that escaped out of the ship, and there was a security camera that was guarding the cargo ship the entire time, which did not see anything. So, meaning, you really didn't need the security guard, right? I should probably not say something like that, Maya. So there was no one that entered the ship. Yes, sir. This security guard is just crazy. Oh, the prosecutor should have checked about the lights, don't you think? Yeah, maybe. I don't think this crime has been properly investigated. I mean, there's definitely something wrong about this testimony. So I'm going to stick the crime documents at him because he is saying that the metal pipe was swung from the front, but the injury actually happened in the back of the head. Are you sure that he was hit from the front? Yes. The two were always faced off against each other in front. There's definitely a contradiction here. Contradiction? According to the crew members' medical reports, the injury was at the back of the head. Back of the head? There's no reason to point this out, I suppose. But if you were to hit somebody from the front, there's no way to get injury to the back of the head. Yes, sir. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Yeah, witness, you never said anything about this. Yes, that's funny. They were definitely faced off against each other. I could bet this half-melted chocolate on that. It doesn't look like he's lying. Hey, Phoenix. What are you doing? No, I'm just seeing if I can create an injury to the back of the head while still facing each other. Hey, this is kind of impossible, especially if you're kind of short. Could you do experiments like this inside your head next time? Anyway, there's one thing that's clear from this cross-examination. You cannot trust this person's testimony, and the prosecution has not investigated this case very well. Maybe there's something that I can't see hidden in this case. This is the time to really show what we can do here. That was to state that the defendant is innocent. So, Judge, the defense would like to state that Mahone Catalucia is innocent. What did you say? What? What is going on? That's not what we talked about. I didn't hear anything about this. What did you just say? We haven't talked about this. I'd like to convey my thoughts on this right now. At this present moment, I don't believe the suspicions against the defendant has been lessened. But the testimony of this person is suspect. And I believe the defense has proven this. All right, the judge is on our side now. Objection. The defendant has already professed her guilt. The defendant is still a student. I don't believe that she herself can confess to something like this on her own. There's only one thing proven at this point, that this security guard cannot be trusted in a professional level. This is the truth. Wait! I have never been told anything like this as a pro since I became a security guard 6 months ago. Not a very long time for him to be a security guard, is it? If you're saying that the defendant is innocent, not only did she not assault the crew member, she didn't steal this item? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Lawyer? At the least, there is no evidence at this time that points to the defendant, that points to the fact that the defendant stole this item. Looks like you stepped into this professional trap. Trap? What do you mean? I actually have evidence that would categorically prove that the defendant stole the mascot. What? Oh! Why is the prosecutor surprised? When I took the defendant into custody in the cargo room, she was in a state of mental shock and was gripping this. What is that? Looks like Mr. Taiho's, the tag hanging around Mr. Taiho's neck. It's definitely hanging around his neck. And it looks like it's the address of the police department engraved into the tag. It looks like the address and the phone number is engraved into the tag because it was a promotional item for the police department. Looks like it's been torn off. Yes, sir. As the defendant tried to steal the doll, she was caught by the crew member, and as they fought, this tag was torn off the doll's neck. What? That means that this tag proves that the defendant tried to steal the doll. What? Can't believe that they had evidence like this. Objection. Witness, we have not heard about this
this evidence. Why did you not submit this to the police? I'm sorry, prosecutor. As a pro, I need to keep secret weapons like this. Oh, so I'd like to use secret weapons like this when it's beneficial for me on my timing. I need a place for me to shine. Looks like the prosecutor is getting kind of shaky. Anyway, we will accept this tag as a piece of evidence, a piece of important evidence. Lawyer, was it Mr. Mr. Wright? Yes. So I've heard that it is due to the cultural exchange of the International Lawyer Committee that you were pulled into this trial. Yes, that's true. Weren't you told by your client that you were just to accept the punishment that is doled out by us? Oh, come to think of it, Professor Jodora was saying something like that. This is a recap of the conversation earlier when she says exactly that, that we have already accepted responsibility for pled guilty, and so all you have to do is just sit there and accept what they say. Yes. Now in this courtroom, I believe that you were able to show your skill to the fullest. How about we call it an end? How about it? According to the defense, you could decide to end this line of thinking. Our line of thinking? Of course we're going to continue. The defense will continue with this line of questioning. Our hypothesis is exactly as we explained earlier. The defendant, Mahoney Katalusha, is innocent. Very well. If that is the case, I have some thoughts as well. Judge. What is it, Prosecutor Bartley? The prosecution calls a new witness to the stand. Wait, what about me? I can still do this. You're done now. Disappear. Yes, sir. Alright, with this, we will take a break. And it might be a good place for us to end as well. In order to prepare for the next witness, they're taking a 15-minute break. Is that alright? Yes. I understand. Let's just get to the end of this. Should be another few moments. Oh, looks like the prosecution is actually starting to get serious. The real fight begins now. All right, so thanks for watching this part 3 of GamesRadar's Let's Play of Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, or Phoenix Wright. You know, as we said every single time, the more you keep on watching this, the more we're going to keep on going. It's going to be based on, you know, if we can get a lot of people to watch them, we're going to keep on going. So please, please, watch the video, share it, tell your friends, tell us whether you like what we're doing or not, or how you want us to do it differently or whatever, and we'll try to accommodate as much as we can. Now, if we hear any other news about Professor Layton or versus Phoenix Wright, we'll make sure to bring it to you on GamesRadar.com. Please keep it here for the next episode, which should be coming shortly, as long as you keep watching. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.